Cheers, nars, rotting on their novel. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Cheers, nars, rotting on their novel.
We didn't do your levels, but that's fine. We're going to figure it out. Too loud?
4. That's good. Okay, go back up a little bit. Yeah. That's fine.
You know what's so funny? That was 1.
I know.
That didn't do anything to yours.
Because my mic number's 4, but I think my headphone is 1.
Ooh.
No, it is because this is the headphone I'm using, and so technically that's yours.
Oh.
Fuck them.
I don't know what that means.
All right, shut the fuck up, man. We get it.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, man. Can you talk to me, James? I see now.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's James. It's your good pal, James. You perceive us as friends.
Are you pal?
We're not really friends. We're
not really friends. There we go.
A paranormal relationship.
Oh, and, is it, James?
You know, you got to be careful with paranormal stuff because the ghosts, if you let them in the house,
what happens?
Find your butt.
They'll find your fucking butt, dude.
They'll find your butt and they'll plant some seeds.
Plant some seeds in my little butt.
And it's important to plant seeds.
In my little butt.
Because then, you know, if you don't plant any seeds, dude.
My little butt's not going to grow.
My little butt's going to stay stinking.
It's going to stay stinking. Guys, just so you know, this is still fucking silly of this thing. This fucking soundboard, James's gain is maxed out to be at negative 15 decibels. Mine's at about 50% to be at 15 decibels.
I need my headphones down a little bit, number 1.
Sure thing, James.
That's good. A little bit up. Yep. A little bit more deep. That's perfect.
I think we should restart. I know it's been fun, but this technical stuff's going to be so boring to people.
We'll cut through it. Like, figure it out. There's stuff there.
Yeah.
There's stuff
there.
Yeah,
you're right.
You can cut around it. It's
honestly,
okay.
Leave it in.
Fuck it.
Fuck
Guys,
it, dude.
welcome back to Beyond the Pine.
This fucking sucks.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yes, it does, dude. We're back.
It doesn't suck, bro.
No, it doesn't suck, bro. Check. Is this me? Check. There I am. Guys, it's the time of the year where you...
Are you just doing the ad read again?
Get... They haven't heard it yet. Then they need it.
Guys, it's the time of year where relationships suck.
You guys remember COVID?
And think about now...
That shit was fucked.
That was 1,000 years ago. Think about that.
Think about that.
COVID was 1,000 years ago.
Wow. How old are you?
That's not about me.
That's not about you, but what it made me think about you.
And basically what Clay's trying to get at here is that it's the season of giveness.
Of good giveness, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast.
Season of the year of our Lord.
My Father. Go ahead.
Jesus Christ. It's the year of our Lord.
Oh.
And we just wanted to maybe open up with a little prayer.
Oh, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. Should we join hands?
Can we get the pastor's asshole in here?
The bastard's asshole is...
The bastard's asshole?
The bastard's asshole is MIA and out of commission. You want to lead us?
Sure thing, my brain. I want to say, first and foremost, I want to play Fortnite
I want to play
Fortnite with God. Because when you turn your face up to the heavens and you say, dear, sweet, forgiving, ever golden God, I loving it, that for you. And is heaven real, God? You fucking fat bastard, big Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, amen.
That was nice.
Thank you, man.
That was really nice.
Well, wait, what was that look?
No, it was this. This touching barely makes static. Or it could have been God.
Can I just say,
Dude, it could have been odd. It might have been odd.
I think it might have been odd.
It might have been
might have been odd.
Close. But no cigar.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Guys, there's special guest James laughing on the pod today.
God.
Oh fuck!
Are you kidding me?
It wasn't me,
Man, you gotta get the fuck out of here. That shit, man.
guys. The fucking. I need to take a picture of this. I need to take a picture of this.
Oh my.
So you can
Audio
all
listeners.
see.
So we decided, for some reason, James's 6D can only transfer money. Fucking like 480p
I need
fucking
to,
video.
I need to look at it because there are so many things wrong with it. And sure, we're using 3 different cameras, but who gives a shit?
Bro, you give me that camera for 3 hours, I figure out everything.
Bro, I can figure it out in probably 10 minutes. But you know
I
what's
can figure it out in
happened?
5.
You know what's happened? Didn't
Didn't
do
I
that.
get that, dude. I get that.
just didn't didn't think about it until next podcast, and we're
Isn't
here.
that Kanye's last album? Didn't
It's Wanada.
Donda.
It's Kim. Maybe you're a bitch all of a sudden,
What do we actually got going on today?
but
guys?
Gotta get that Kodak.
yes,
It's
dude.
back, baby. That's Ralph.
But no, literally, it's just I need to like play around with it and tweak it and shit like that because there's no reason that it shouldn't be recording at minimum 1080p and not MOV. It's recording MOV
Movie language, guys.
.mov,
Yep.
which is QuickTime,
Yep.
and it shouldn't be. It should be recording MP4.
So you just go into the settings and you just switch that.
It's not. That's what I'm saying. That it's not as easy as that.
So you just go into the settings and you switch that.
I tried.
It's got 2
I think
options,
it might
right?
be because of like you know how there's all I and there's IPB.
No.
Cool. So guys, welcome back to the podcast.
You
It's
got it.
Beyond the Pine. It's my good friend as a guest today. It's Clayton.
James is the
and
guest
it's
today.
Me, it's
Can you get a
James.
handshake?
Thank you guys. I know you all love me as your normal everyday host.
Give the guy a handshake, guys.
For sure. And can you actually check it? That Cardi is in the fucking shot.
Oh, we knew that. You didn't see that before? That's what I was laughing at.
It's in the shot.
Yeah, it's blocking the entire thing.
Oh.
Let me check this out.
I'd say just like squink.
Oh, fuck yeah, it's right. It's over your head.
That's so funny.
Dude. Oh, it's so tight on my screen. You lied to me.
It's not. There we go. Yeah, maybe just lean it the other way. There. Ish. Perfect. What's up, perverts?
Got them apple bottom jeans.
You're kicking my camera. Bro. All right, you guys. So, the holidays are coming up and
There's never time for giving than now.
it's so funny and this has been the case for more years of my adult life than not. And this is in no way like asking for a give out or asking for charity, but
PayPal
like,
in the description.
I've always been broke around Christmas, and it's such a fucking annoying thing.
Yeah.
Because
I think I have been too.
Dude, you work so hard and shit, and then it's like always in a situation where Christmas comes around, I only have money for rent.
Bro, if I suddenly came across $50,000, I would give you several thousands.
Likewise.
I mean it.
And all I want for Christmas
It's $50,000.
is help paying rent and Pokemon cards, man.
Dude.
I'm a kid at heart, dude. I want Pokemon cards.
Let's play. What would I get you if I did have $50,000? I would start off with in an envelope in cash, so you don't have to pay taxes on it.
But then you couldn't
3,500.
claim the whole 50,000 as income.
I wouldn't give a fuck, dude. I don't even care about taxes. They don't care about me. I would put 3,500, and I would probably think more so. It could be more. I would have to think about it more and just do my like, what do I actually owe to the world before? But off the top of my head, I put 3,500 in a fucking envelope, and then I spent $1,000 on Pokemon packs.
Oh.
And I give you a big giant box, and it's got a big box on it, and in a box says a Pokemon card packs. I know it's Pokemon. So that's $4,500.
Awesome.
and then I ask for it back.
And then you get in a really bad situation,
I'm actually going to need
financially.
I'm going to need that back.
And then, yeah, you have to ask for it back. But unfortunately, I've already gotten all the cards graded and they're all PSA 10. And I didn't even make the money back.
Can I have those cards back?
No, dude, those are mine.
No, but they were.
How are you going to ask me for cards back?
Like this? Can I have those cards back?
Sure.
Thank you, dude.
Fuck.
I'm rich.
I was so close.
Yeah.
I was so close too.
And I wouldn't have taken them back had they been valueless. Isn't that crazy?
And it was all Mew.
Okay, but that's really what I would do. But realistically, that's like off the top of my head, like, oh, that's what I know James would want. But I would sit with that idea and think, okay, see if I can increase that, how much I give you in cash. And then I would think about, okay, what would be, I would definitely do some Pokemon, but then I'd be like, okay, what about, was there $500 I could spend elsewhere where like I know James wants this thing or something?
Oh yeah, I want a new office chair.
Done.
I want a monitor stand for my monitors.
Done.
And so I can
What else?
fix my desk.
What else I got
and
you?
I want to just have like 3 months of rent saved up.
Relax
and
a
guys,
little.
Don't feel bad for
Relax
me.
a little.
Don't feel bad for me. I'm fine.
3 months rent.
I'm fine. But it's just what it is.
It just is what it is.
It just is what it is. I'm not like insecure about talking about that.
Who gives a fuck,
Like,
bro? I don't give a shit.
I don't talk about it when I'm bawling.
Dude, what I think is
People
the
that
coolest thing
like
ever.
ball that are like
No.
that like talk about like how much money they have and shit. Dude.
No, that's not aspirational. I'm so rich. That's like,
Yeah.
wow.
Wow, dude.
And then you go back to your shitty life and you're like, I hope I get that.
Like I'm curious, like people that like genuinely flex financially.
Besides, there is a culture of like that does that and it's cool.
I've been watching a lot of like YouTube documentaries on like streamers and creators that have like
It's so
have
lame.
ruined their images and
Dude,
shit
I would
like that.
let me
Dude.
just you go.
They're like just so many like streamers that like put down their audience because of like money things. Like
Yeah.
you can't sub to me. It's $5 a month. You can't sub to me. If you can't afford $5,
That's so lame.
if
Oh,
you
that's
can't
that
afford
chick.
$5, then but you're watching me, then you should be out working and making money. That's somebody who doesn't understand the world.
And I say to that person, I'll do whatever the fuck I want.
I'll fucking screen record your streams and post them on a channel.
And I'll make money off that.
And I'll make money off it for
and people do
a
that.
couple months.
People do that.
Yeah, I know. I saw
People
a lot of shit
encourage
about
that, dude.
It's
There's
crazy.
this guy I watch actually who he does tons of documentaries. Shouts out to him. I think his name is Ben Affleck. He he does these documentaries of like busting ghost hunters, and he goes into cults and stuff like that. I'm gonna say this.
Say it.
Okay.
Because it's actually the perfect segue into a topic that I had ready. I swear to God.
Okay. Hey guys.
You didn't do it. Did you do it? Did you go against my fucking advice, dude? Really?
This podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp. Guys, it's that time of the year again where you get gifts, you give gifts, and or you spend time with your family. I know for me, I like to spend time with my family. I like to get gifts. Mostly giving and getting gifts are my favorite part. On top of that, I like to spend that time with my family. And this is true and this is real and everyone knows it. But truly, one of my favorite things about this time of the year is being able to go home, which I haven't done in years. And that can be tough on the old mental health. But whether or not your family does give gifts during this holiday season, you get to define how you give to yourself, which is extremely important. And the holidays are a great time to do that. So whether it's by starting therapy, going easier on yourself during the tough moments, or treating yourself to a day of complete rest, which I love to do when I'm completely destroyed, and it's paramount to recharging and being excited about your work. But remember to give yourself some love during this holiday season. Personally, I'm a huge advocate of therapy. I've tried BetterHelp. I've used their services quite a bit, and it's amazing because it's so easy. You can jump in and within 24 hours, you can actually get matched with a licensed therapist or switch therapists at any time, just like that. And the benefits of therapy are something that every single one of you watching right now can experience, enjoy, take with you to better yourself. They're tools. They're tools that we don't naturally have. Some of us have some tools, others don't. So therapy can give you those tools to deal with those things, better yourself. You can get yourself out of a rut with therapy. I promise, I've been in ruts. Bad ruts. And I've gotten myself out of them. via therapy. For example, it's helpful for learning positive coping skills and how to set boundaries. It empowers you to be the best version of yourself, and it isn't just for those who've experienced major trauma. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charges. In the season of giving, give yourself what you need with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Pine today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Pine. So I got really inspired after watching a bunch of these documentaries of like cults and different religions and stuff. And I was like, I'm going to make a video. I'm going to fucking go undercover and I'm going to fucking record and I'm going to go to the Scientology museum in LA, the Church of Scientology, and I'm gonna see what the fuck's going on in this sick, twisted, fucking dumbass cult.
And did you?
Okay, before I answer, what happens if I did?
Everything that I told you on the phone. It's your why?
What if I'm rich because of it?
The only
I didn't
thing
say I
that
did.
happens,
I didn't say I did.
The only thing that happens when you join Scientology is that you lose money. And Clay,
I went, but I didn't join.
Right.
Obviously.
Right.
Let me first say,
Yeah.
I wasn't interested in
Clarify
joining,
that.
you fucks.
Yeah, it wasn't because of that.
But I did a lot more research before I went because you did scare the piss and shit out of me.
Good.
But I'm glad that I went because I learned a lot about.
Because I learned a lot. And
Well,
actually,
I learned a lot about not being afraid of the entry level Scientology shit is nothing. There's nothing. It's not like that at all. That shit doesn't happen until, because think about, they're on the street handing pamphlets out to people to come in, and then they give them like this is what all blah, 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 you should watch this thing, and then they fucking peddle and try to sell you all these little like.
So clarify again. You're saying that.
Yes, I went to the Church of Scientology and had an interview with them, and
like an entry level, like an
The most-
introduction,
yes.
the same thing that somebody would do who was going to join Scientology.
this guy's a director, bro. How you just said that made everyone go. Clarification was excellent. I do want to.
That wasn't my intention in saying it that way.
But you killed it.
Thank you.
You killed that.
I
dude.
was hoping that you would understand that you basically took the first step in joining Scientology.
Yeah, and I'm going back next week.
And do they have your information?
They don't have any of my information. I
None
give them
whatsoever.
fake fucking addresses, fake
Name.
email. The only thing they do have is my email, and I'm getting an automated email once every 4 days. It's like, do you want to learn more about Scientology? And I'm like,
We're gonna get you.
no.
We're gonna get you.
Here's the thing. I was too scared to record while I was there. So I got nothing out of it. I just have the video, everything I made before, and then that's it. But I could still do something. Well, this could be part of the video.
This could be part of the video.
Fuck. You know what? I did think about this because I was going to tell you on the podcast, but I was going to prepare and edit the video and then show you in the podcast. Next week, I will show you what I did, and I'll do a video more talking in depth about what happened. But do you want me to tell you
to
right
our
now?
next point real quick? We won't be putting out an episode next week because it's Christmas. You understand, but we'll see you the week after.
Yeah. Let me first say, I hope you understand, but I'm sorry that I went against your best wishes.
I was only trying to make you understand the
Potential dangers. I know.
like dangers of that, because if they are an organization that is infamous for
I know.
trying to silence people that are speaking out against them. They've destroyed people's lives financially, relationally, in every way, shape, and form. Slander, blackmail, all these things to really and the people that have gone through that, maybe they were in the church for a while and then left, have spent years and years and years trying to build back their life. It's a dangerous, and it's like, don't be afraid of Scientology just in general, because at the end of the day, they're
some of
just
the people, right?
Yeah, it's not like just the day-to-day people. The same thing with any religion or any fucking country. It's not like the general population. It's the people that are in power, right?
Yes.
It's the people that have the control and the authority and shit like that, and have the nefarious agendas. But my bottom line is that
you don't want to be involved in it at all.
jumping into that and potentially that's an organization.
Yeah, and there was potential for you to really get
to
into
really
it.
like it. No,
I want to tell you about it.
Potentially being on their fucking bad side, that's not a good place to be, dude.
No, for sure. That's why
that's an organization that has endless resources and foot soldiers to tear you down.
100%. And I did infinity plus amount of research about it. And then I went, okay, so before I decided to actually go, after talking to James, he put a little fear of God into me. God bless him. And I decided I wasn't. And then I woke up the next morning after a good night's sleep with a clear mind.
Which, again, was the exact same day that he was going to go originally.
Right, yeah. I had one. Well, I also realized that you don't even need to make an appointment. You can walk off the street at any time and do exactly what I just did. Every single person.
You made an appointment. You didn't want to be disrespectful.
I don't want to be disrespectful.
Yeah.
I was like an hour late. I literally wasn't, because I wasn't going to go. And then I was like, this is what happened. So I continued to do research, and then I was like, yeah, that's not worth it. Like, I don't want to do that. And then I did more research, slept on it, woke up the next morning. And then I was in a very clear state of mind. I still had the interest to go. I was like, it's curiosity killed the cat, baby. And I went, okay, let's think about this logically. Every fucking person that walks off the street who maybe doesn't even know about Scientology, or people who do, people who are skeptic, there's lots of people like me on Reddit who are talking about, like, I just want to go in and like see what the fuck's going on at this psycho place. Every single one of those person gets extorted by Scientology. Not possible. There'd be too many people talking about it. It wouldn't be able to exist. So the logic of that, I was like, there's no fucking way that any person who walks into that building gets fucked. It's not possible.
That's not at all even what I was saying.
But that's what I was under the impression of, which would be the only reason I wouldn't go. If I'm safe to go and then not pursue anything, then there's no downside. Then I go, check it out, and I leave. And so that's what the conclusion was that I came to it. But obviously, I still didn't know for sure. It was still somewhat risky, somewhat reckless. You don't know for sure. It was just like, I went, logically, that makes zero sense to me that I'm in any danger going and having a conversation.
No, so which
is all I wanted to do.
That is not what my point was. My point was,
you knew that that's all I wanted to do. So what
your intention was to make a video about it.
I see. You're talking primarily about the video.
Yes, dude.
So what about this right now?
What? This is fine.
This is fine.
It's fine. We think. It's not I didn't do it.
I'm friends. I was talking with the dude and still in communication with him. We're trying to make sure
the
work
YouTuber
together.
guy,
yeah,
not the Scientology person.
He's chilling. He did this. He actually went deeper in, and so with everything that I learned from him, my own research, all the stuff I've looked up, read, my experience going there and going through the process and talking to these people. I know their names who work there. They know mine. Doesn't matter. I'm just building the story, James. So shake your head at me, making like my story's bad. Say story. But I go with everything that I've collected. My theory is that nothing nefarious happens. It's too dangerous for them to do anything within even probably the first couple of years. You have to work your way up, and you have to work your way in so that you're so trusted. They have so much dirt on you that they even could. And then you would have to be in some sort of position where there would be any gain from them to do anything.
Look,
their main thing's money. They're just trying to get thousands and thousands of dollars.
That's what the nefarious thing is, okay? When
they do fuck shit,
When you join, of course they do. But I'm saying even at the bottom line, fuck the highest level. I'm talking about the general population. People are coming to this organization because they're looking for spiritual guidance. They're looking for some sort of
and bettering their life
and their vulnerability, whatever. The same reason that anybody goes to any religion. They are immediately preyed upon and told that they have to put in thousands and thousands of dollars in order to buy books, videos, all these different things in order to like learn about this organization.
I'll tell you all about that. How that
so
sets
that
up too.
Right off the bat, don't say that there's nothing nefarious going on. There is.
I didn't say that.
You literally said at this level, there's nothing nefarious that they're doing.
Oh, I mean, every religion's collecting fucking money. I mean nefarious. When I say nefarious, I mean nefarious. There's like, of course they're
invite you in and be like, you give me your fucking social security number, I'll fucking kill you.
No, of course, but we're talking about this in the context of me being in any danger going to the thing.
No,
right?
not going. That was never the point I was making.
Well, then we're on different pages because, and I'm not pissed at it. I'm not pissed at it.
I'm not pissed either, but I want you to understand. Just
like
we did when I talked to you. Understand the seriousness of the situation.
Of course,
and I advise you, truly, as somebody who is not a natural born citizen of this country.
No, I know.
To
I'm not
tread lightly.
I'm
it's
not.
Something
I'm not
like
doing that.
why? Because you
For
feel
sure.
like making a video.
No, I'm not making the video. The only thing that was going to happen was making it to show you, and maybe we show it in the middle of this podcast.
Making
now.
it to show me.
Literally.
Put your life on the line just for my 5 minutes of my entertainment.
Right. But with the video being out of the loop, I understand and have everything you said. You made me like really understand the fear of like making a video and putting it out. I still think that I probably would be fine putting it out. There's tons of videos out, but there's no way to know, and
Right.
it's not worth putting.
It's a risk,
for 10,
right? ''Cause
20,000
sure.
views on YouTube. It's not worth
They
it.
might
So
never
I'm not
find
gonna
out,
do that.
right? But at the same
Well, even if they
time,
do, it's like they didn't. The thing that's what I mean by nothing nefarious. Of course, they're taking advantage of people and preying upon people for money. To me, that's just the sick world we live in. Nefarious to me is the fuck shit that like my life's in,
destroying
my life's
someone's life,
fucked.
yeah.
Right. So, but what I'm saying is, they don't give and they don't do any of that for people who are at risk of making videos. So even the dude who I know who went and was there for a while and got into Sea Org, which is, I don't even really know what he got into Sea Org. They announced it at a
Sea Org
party.
It's
a YouTube video. You can see it.
Scientology's Navy.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And he like fully got outed. They found out he was recording, he found his YouTube channel, saw all the videos he made, and they just kicked him out, and he's not allowed back in there. Because
he was doing it in a way to expose them, right?
Yes,
or to
which
like,
is
like from a
like
he
find
wasn't
the
doing
fuck
it from
shit.
like an informational standpoint. He was doing it from like a, I want to
find the
out
fuck
dirt
shit.
and
Yes.
like expose it.
Which he's put him. That's the most risk you could
Yeah.
put yourself in. But even the time he spent there, nothing sick happens like that, other than the shit that's like trying to get money from them.
Well, in the
because
same,
they need to get you deep enough in
Yeah.
where their risk is worth their reward.
100%. It's brainwashing and it's finance. Look, the definition of a cult, or at least what I'm about to say about a cult, maybe not the definition of the word cult, but what cults do is they take away every sense of freedom, whether it's relationships, it's knowledge, it's finances, and they have all of that both going to and coming from the cult.
Yeah.
So a lot of those people are employed by the church. So their only source of financial gain is from working within the church and doing the things in the church that allow them to get higher up the ladder and then make more money.
100%.
And so like,
and they get so many millions of dollars in donations from like big people in power, and like that's
dude.
where that's
why like
nefarious shit's at.
Their fucking like resources and the size of them.
It's unbelievable.
Truly, when I say this, and this isn't
this was weeks
a
ago, by
jab
the way.
at anyone's like personal situations that you might be in that might put somebody in the mindset to where they think that might be something good for them joining something like Scientology. But listen to me when I say it's 2023.
Don't join Scientology.
With what we know about this organization, what the fuck are you doing?
right. You know what's crazy? So I'm gonna tell you guys after we get through this little segment, my experience, like what for me driving there, getting there, the whole thing, what I saw, conversations I had, what I did, what they made me do there. I'm kidding, but you know what's interesting? In a previous relationship of mine, a friend of theirs was born into Scientology and is wealthy.
That sucks.
And I ended up, because they were talking about asking me a bunch of questions. I was playing so stupid while I was there, but I ended up, they went, "Is it this person?" And I was like, "Yes, it is that person." I don't even know that person really. Like met them once. They know the person I was talking about.
So you mentioned that you knew somebody.
It's a
who was in
musician who, and their dad's also like their family. They're pretty wealthy, and they're like, "Is it this person?" I was like, "Yes, it is that person." We don't even follow each other on any social media. There's no link to us or anything. So like, I was very aware of what I was giving. I'm not even friends with this person. I actually think this person's a huge douchebag, and I've been to their party once.
How many years ago did you even know this person?
I wouldn't even say I know them.
I mean, 6 years ago.
6 years ago. So, but that being said, the reason they knew is because their perception of this person who works at the low level, like trying to convince people to come in and peddle money and books and stuff, was like their perception of fame is like someone who's got 4,000 followers on Instagram. So they were like, oh yeah, he's a famous musician. Is it this person? I was like, oh yeah. They're like, oh yeah, he comes here all the time. His dad's actually on our website. Like pulled up the website, showed me his dad, like did a video where he's just talking about it. And I was like, that's crazy that you even know him.
That's
like,
just so
it's a great kid.
unsettling.
It's
to me.
very weird. It's very
How
weird.
they were able to like draw that connection so quickly without. It just makes me feel like they like looked into you. Or something.
They try to a bit for sure, but they at the entry level, if you decide you don't want to do anything, you just go, you have the conversation like reading a fucking pamphlet, and then they do the little thing, the little bullshit test, and then they just try to convince you that like you should do this course of ours, you know, that would help you so much, and you're like, if you're a procrastinator, like all these, they basically just, I'll explain it, but all they do is try to peddle your shit, and then if you show more interest, then that's where they maybe they probably have a method of like, what can we do to try to, you know, further manipulate this person into giving us money. But there is no join Scientology, by the way. If you say you're a Scientologist,
it's just
you're a Scientologist.
more involvement and more like blah, blah, blah.
You can
So
just
you could
say you're a
actually
Scientologist.
say you're a Scientologist.
You could have not ever gone. You just,
Yeah, I'm a Scientologist.
they even said that. There is no join. It's just, you are or you're not.
That's very smart wording of theirs.
Yeah.
No, you can't really join. You kind of just are.
Right. You are.
Oh, so what you're saying is that's a legal thing, right? What you're saying is that, yeah, no one joins this.
Yeah. But when you sign here, you are.
But so
Isn't
what
that
you're saying, that
joining?
sound like wording to where if this ever went to court, if
Yeah,
anything ever went to court,
I don't
you
fuck
could
with
say
this.
that, well, they never joined.
Right. Right. They're not even fucking part of it.
That's so funny.
So,
It's so funny.
okay. So here's my fucking
Yeah.
Scientology.
And I just want to say real
experience.
quick, I think you're totally fine.
I
with
do
that.
too. I do too.
And we are going to name this podcast Clay Joined Scientology.
Yeah, I'm down.
100%.
I'm down. 100%.
Because
Come at me,
it's
bitch.
nothing. If anything, I'm talking more disrespectfully about them.
Yeah,
and
well,
I don't give a
they're all
shit.
fucked and
Dude, come
ugly.
after me.
This guy's
I'm just
fucked.
like, let's go.
We got him, boys.
Let's go.
Jesus of science, get him.
Yeah.
Like fucking Peter Griffin from Fortnite.
Dude, do you guys know Peter Griffin from Fortnite? Oh, let's play Fortnite, baby.
Yeah. Okay, here's my experience visiting and joining Scientology. That was for clickbait. I didn't join. So, it's a beautiful morning. The birds are shining. Clay just gets a motorcycle. It's Thanksgiving Day.
Day 2023.
So I drive up. I'm listening to tunes on the way. And I'm in my mind genuinely going, okay, obviously, I'm going to record this. I'm going to try to get as much dirt as I can. I just want to know what the fuck's going on in this. Fuck, what is this about? And I've seen videos. I basically seen everything that I experienced.
Did you watch Leah Remini's documentary?
Probably.
Show?
I saw as much as I could find that looked like decent about it, and people going in there and actually recording with like glasses that have a little camera and stuff. Dude, they look so ridiculous.
I know.
Too.
But like, they look like if you look at it for 1 second, you're like,
Yeah, and they do.
Those aren't
What's that
prescription
flashing light
glasses.
on those
And
glasses?
B, that's is that a camera?
Dude, they get called out. The dude who I was chatting with, his name's Ben, and they literally are great at like improvising and just seeming.
Dude, should we get him on the pod?
Would love to. Oh yeah, what the fuck? I forgot about it. We have a podcast. Okay, so I get there, and in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm trying to think very strategically, like, what am I trying to actually get out of this? Because I'm still going like, why am I doing this? I'm not going to join Scientology. That's not why I'm here. I don't want any of that. And then I still have this like part of my mind that is like an independent, productive thing that cannot be influenced, but tries to get something out of everything that I do. And that's
For content.
for like self-growth. I'm like, is there something from this that I can learn? Like, are they going, like, keep an ear out for like something valuable you can take away from this?
Mm-hmm.
And then immediately my brain's like, that's how they get you. They try to provide value. I was like, they can't, there's no way. But no, I was not actually open to it. But anyway, so I get there and I walk in, I'm an hour late. In Clay fashion, I'm an hour late.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because I wasn't sure if I was going to go. And then I went, fuck it. And so I walk in and it's just like, it looks like the lobby of a hotel.
Yeah.
When you walk in. And
Did you go
there's
to the one in Hollywood.
and they're in suits. Yeah. And they're just at the clerk's desk, and there's this. I'm not gonna go into descriptions of people. I don't need to do that. But this gentleman by the name of Sklavin Klaffenbach, super nice guy.
Nice.
And they say, "What's up?" I say, "I'm sorry for being late."
I say, "I'm sorry."
They're super, super nice people, and they're like, doesn't matter. Super nice people. We have a few moments of conversation, like very personable. Like it's almost just like eye roll how like genuine they seem to be personable as well.
Dude, they're recruiters.
I know. And but like I worked door-to-door sales and learned tactics of how to do that. Forgot them all, but like I've been around the car salesman type of people who are really personable and like, but you can always feel the pushy thing, and they don't do any of that until the end, which is funny. But basically,
at the end, they just take out a gun. So what do you think?
Russian roulette for $1 million?
Russian roulette, not a revolver, so you're gonna kill yourself.
Dude, it's a Tech 9. So they take me around the corner. Cool, follow me.
Take me around the corner.
They take me around the corner into this room that is essentially like an office, like a government office room. And the whole place is decorated and looks very like
luxurious,
richy and luxurious. And
wood
there's nobody
shit,
else in there. There's nobody else in there. There's like 20 cubicles, and there's some people working at some of the desks, probably making calls and shit, like a call center thing. And they have like
100%.
their papers and books on there. And I go sit down with the dude, and he interviews me, and they ask a lot of questions about what's going on in your life. Like, what are you looking for? Why are you here? Like, what do you want from this? What do you know about Scientology already? And so I played very stupid. I was like, honestly,
classic sales tactic. Find
what you want and then tell you we got you.
Find the client's needs.
Yeah.
And then make sure that you're a right fit for the needs.
Right. Because we want to make sure we're a good fit for you. Because we wouldn't. They weren't like that. They're like, we can do anything, but what do you need?
Dude, we could literally do anything.
We just want to figure out where we can help you, which we can.
You need what? Is this money? You want money?
Dude, you know what's funny? I played very stupid, and big shouts out and inspo from Ben and his homie, because watching them in any of the situations they've been, playing ignorant but not stupid.
Yes.
Ignorant like you're from the country, a smart person from the country who hasn't been exposed to any of this. Right. I don't
not
have any
stupid,
prior
like,
knowledge.
Clearly you're bullshitting.
Because they're like, so how do you know about Scientology? And I was like, well, doesn't everybody know about it? I feel like I've known about Scientology since I was like 6. Like, it's just another religion of sorts, right? And I was like, yeah, I don't know. I've been, really interested in religion and self-growth for ever. And I've been, I went to a Catholic school, but I wasn't raised Catholic. So I've just always been really interested in trying to get something from these things. Like, I also wanted them to think that I was like a go-getter. Like, I'm trying to fucking benefit from this shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to literally,
I was like, I want them to think
I'm a true believer. I'm a true believer type. Like, so in a cult, a true believer are the ones where
clear.
The true believers are the ones that wait all the way up until the fucking shootout happens with the fucking FBI. Those are the true believers, dude.
Yeah, I wanted them to think that I was here to make millions of dollars,
but like make them millions.
Yeah.
But I'm getting my piece,
dude. And you know what's crazy? So how this all happened, and I'll teleport back to this moment of me being there. But I went to the thing because I was like, I'm gonna make a fucking video, and I just went to their website and I was like, I'm just gonna take their little website test. And so I take their test and I'm really honest about like the questions they're asking. It's just like a multiple choice personality test thing.
Yeah.
And that's for them to determine how they can come at you with their marketing and their pumping of these fucking courses. And I scored like higher than they've ever seen. They were like, so they were jazzed. They were like, this isn't normal. They're like, it shows the average. Like, this is bad.
What do you mean score? I thought it was just like a categorization.
It is, but it has points of if you need improvement, if this is normal, if you scored
Dude, so
well.
You need improvement in every
No, I scored well as in like, I actually have my sheet in the car.
Ugh.
It literally was like above average for everything, and then the lowest above average were like affected by they're so weird. It's so funny. I'll explain it further in a different detail, but basically a personality thing, different areas of your type of personality and how you deal with the world, and words that are used to describe that in like ways that are actionable and how you function. But they were
you were an ideal candidate for them.
In a way where they wanted to like expedite my process potentially of like, this guy's going to be involved.
Like, you're gonna
and in my mind, I'm like, So I'm playing dumb too. I'm like, oh, like, so this is, I was like, this isn't like is this like not normal? They're like, no, this is not normal at all. This is like very high. Like, they're like, as you can see, this is the average. And that could be part of their thing. Everyone could,
Sure.
you know, but based on how their thing functions is they basically want to, they focus on your negative. So then you talk about each of these. They only talk about the bad ones.
Yeah. What are they called? Your,
Areas of improvement.
no, there's like a word. Like cults all have their words, their vocabulary that are like a thing. So like you have a word that's applied to this type of thing. They're your fucking.
It's probably online. You can probably Google like the Scientology personality test.
Keep talking.
Results. So essentially, mine was good in the sense that like it looked like I basically needed no improvement. Though the ones that were lower were the ones that you would look at and go, so these are lower than the others. We should focus on these, and that means all of those correspond to different courses they have to improve those things. And so that's what they do. They focus on the negative, the ones that need improvement, and then they ask you things about those. Then they kind of sort of personal shit. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to figure out like, what did you do that was bad? And that's where I avoided all of the. They don't say it like that, but yes. And that's where I was like, so this is the beginning of them collecting information on you. Now you could argue, with the context of what we found Scientology does, that's where that fits perfectly. You could argue that they want to know those things so that they can accurately direct you in the correct direction of where to actually go that would benefit you the most, because that's their whole thing, is find out what areas of you need improvement on, and then sell you these fucking the book, sell you these courses, these video courses, these experiences that they do that benefit you. The other thing is, it's all a fucking scam, right? The creator of Scientology even said that the fastest way to get rich is to create a religion, and that's what he did.
Amen.
And he got rich. And then in any powerful organization at the upper levels of that, there's corruption, and Scientology happens to be extraordinarily bad and then orchestrated to be that way.
There
at
are
the top.
so many words. It's impossible.
Yeah, you should look up the Scientology personality test results, because the sheet will just come up. It's like,
well, no, I'm talking about like the negative qualities. They're called like processes, or they have like a word for like, oh, you like your blank. Like we need to work on your blank.
But anyway, so that's how that whole thing worked, and I knew that going in, that like I heard that they were going to focus on my negative traits, and then they were going to try to peddle me things. So I was already like ready for what they were going to do, and I was playing it like I'm not aware of any of this stuff, but I'm so open and I want to grow. I want to benefit from this, like financially, my career. I'm looking to fucking get involved. And I didn't say it like that, but I gave that optimistic, ignorant, optimistic energy of someone who's like, I'm here for this. And I'm already like, I've gotten through my bad shit. That's why, it's looking good, but I want to go to the next level. I even said that. I was like, I'm in my Rocky moment. They're laughing and think I'm a fucking hilarious dude. So like, I'm making them love me.
No, dude, we love this. We fucking, trust me when I tell you right now.
Can I have $1 million?
This is so good for me.
Thank you.
Are so good for me.
I know.
Fuck yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I can't shake on it yet.
What do you mean?
I'll tell you.
I'll tell you in a minute. I have to take a shit.
I had to think about this taking a shit.
Get up and leave and never come back.
Long shit.
Dude,
so
I'm
go
ready
through,
to sign. Let me just take a quick shit.
and they signed me my record deal.
Fuck yeah, dude. Scientology music. It's under Sony.
Dude, they'd be stupid not to do that, because there is.
I wouldn't be surprised if they've tried in the past. I swear to fucking God.
Well, they just could, but they should. Anyway, so with
the connections and shit that they have in every single industry on Earth, they for sure have ways to do that.
Yeah, they easily could. Like tomorrow. And guys, you should do that, guys, if you're watching. But yeah, I'm not joining Scientology, you fucking losers. Anyways, so cross my fingers. Anyways, so I go through this test, and they focus on the negatives. So your positive ones, they kind of gloss over. They don't want to pump you up. They want to. They really want to get you in your feels about these negative things, but yet they're so charismatic and optimistic, and they're like, yeah,
Fuck,
and
dude,
like
this
these
is a really
areas,
bad
like,
score.
so
Like this area,
one,
you really need to work on this area.
That's sort of how it is.
And it's funny because this is one of the lowest scores in this one that we've ever seen in history.
What you gotta do? You're gonna kill yourself if you don't join.
Oh man, I would hate to be you, but we're really fucking stoked about you.
Yeah. For real, you should join. $100.
$100.
So they go into those things, and I do not divulge real information. Like I'm just super general to the point where like 5 different times they kind of tried to figure out what that all meant, and I would be like, oh, like I'm fucking sorry. I know that was a lot. Like if I were to answer, did I answer your question, kind of thing? And they're like, sort of. Let me ask it like this then, because they couldn't get a straight answer out of me, but they understood what I was saying. Which,
what were like some of the questions?
Like if it was about, let's say one of my results showed that like I'm I deal with sadness sometimes, like inconsistency in my person or my emotional something like that, even though it was above average. So it meant I don't experience that, but I do, but like lower than the rest, right? If you just move the whole thing down, that's the one that, and they were correct because it's a real personality test that has questions that does depict that. They need that real information to be able to go, okay, we can focus on these actual, creating an emotional response with the person that you're trying to get to do something in marketing is how you do it with videos.
I would be curious if there are discrepancies in results and like, averages and things like that based on somebody's like inputs. Like I'd be interested to like compare like taking one, doing it honestly, taking another one, and like changing your answers for like certain topics, doing another one.
You
know
could.
what I mean, all these different things, and just seeing how they fluctuate in like if there are discrepancies in like the authenticity of the results.
100%. It's like 100 questions.
Yeah.
But like,
because a personality test, it's like,
also your opinion of yourself rather than the objective truth.
I think the fact that it is all just like a person's personal perspective and opinion on something, there's no like
but that's
factual backing to it to where they could, if they do manipulate things in any way, it doesn't matter.
But
legally or whatever.
They don't need to, because theoretically everyone's going to have some traits higher and some traits lower, and no matter where that is on the scale,
dude,
they just go to the lower ones and then let's talk about that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So, and it doesn't matter if that's just
so I'm so sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
We have 18 minutes left. I think we should just get another hour. I want to like let
okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, because we're not even there yet. We're probably halfway through. So basically, and it's actually to their benefit. That's what's so genius about their little fucking scummy plan of having the personality test and there being 100 questions, because this is what you believe about yourself. So that's what we want to focus on, not the objective truth, what you believe in. Because if you believe it and you believe that we can help you, that's the most important thing. If you don't believe your test results and they're not accurate, then how do I focus on that? How do I target your negative things when maybe you don't believe those negative things about yourself? So that's why it's 100 questions, because the more accurate it appears to you, the more you believe the results of it, which they were pretty accurate. Like I think the personality test is just like some bullshit test that they reformatted, right? Which is probably like proven to be legit.
I mean, they also, they've been doing this for quite a while now.
Yeah, they know how to do it, 100%. So they gloss over the positive things. They focus on the negative things. They interviewed me on those negative things. Like, do you ever experience this and those things? Like, tell me, where do you think that came from? It's kind of like therapy. And that's actually a lot of their strategy is therapy. And that's what's called auditing.
Yes.
So you have an auditor, and they were telling me they wanted me to do an auditor right now that day.
Of course
right now.
Of course.
And I was like,
of course.
I was like, I actually didn't look up how much the cost was for this stuff, but I heard that these courses cost money. And so when they're not even talking money, and they're like, we need to like right now,
we need to get you in
it's
there,
4 hours. And I didn't do the audit. Obviously I couldn't afford it, but I was like,
how much was it?
They ended up dwindling the prices down. It was like, that was just the bullshit thing too.
$15.
No, it was like, I think it was 70 for the book and a 4-hour audit
Combined.
Yes.
That's a great deal.
It was a great deal, right? Get you in, and then, so what an audit is. And so they figure me out, right? They figure me out. They know the areas that I want to improve on.
And they did. You thought you were playing them. They were playing.
They fucking played me hard, dude. And then she tries to tell me, like, we need to do an audit right now, and I'm like, okay.
I'm concerned if we don't do an audit right now,
that you might
you're gonna
die.
be dead by midnight.
You're going to be dead by midnight tonight. Promise me.
Dead.
So I basically ask, how much does this cost? Like, does this cost money or anything, these courses? And she's like, they do cost money.
No.
And I was like, if you can like write down all the prices for these things so I know, because I don't know if I have to figure out. I was like, to be honest, I don't. Like, I'm kind of broke right now. But I was like, so if you can give me like a list and of what you think we should do. Da da da. They show me this whole course direction.
Yeah.
And like where you start and
curriculum.
how it goes up, and it happens to be in a pyramid.
Oh baby.
I don't think it was actually a pyramid. I think it was actually a square. But it is like this like funnel system of like here's how it is a pyramid. Because the cost, it's a hidden pyramid within their thing. Let's say they have a list that's 4x4. It might be longer than that, but roughly imagine a 4x4 list of blocks of courses, how much they cost, and it gets from low price to very, very high price at the top. So the higher you go, the more expensive it gets. So it's literally a pyramid scheme hiding as a what do you call it?
Curriculum.
Yeah, where
Like
it's
a course schedule, like a
where it's
trajectory.
linear, where it's
Yeah.
just a linear course, but it gets more and more expensive the higher up you go.
Isn't that funny?
So it's just a
like
pyramid scheme.
It's the deeper you go, the harder they lock it in.
Yeah. And so, you know, they're asking me tons of questions like what I know about it. Like, have you ever like researched it and stuff like that? I'm like, not really. Like, I was like, I might have like seen a video or two or something that made me think of it. And I was like, you know, I'm here because I've been reading self-help books and things like that to like better myself. And
The Secret.
I thought about this because I was, you know, doing some research and I was like, oh, I want to go see what it's about. Like, is there something I can gain from this?
Yeah.
You know, which seems like a very like, oh, fuck yeah, this guy's going to get it. And then essentially, you know, it's a lot of small talk too. The girl that did the second half, she said she was a volunteer and that she doesn't get paid from this, but she also divulged that she moved from wherever she moved from a different country here to do this, that she was born into it as well.
It sucks.
Yeah, crazy. So, but she does get paid from it. She lied to me. You lied to me. Fucking lied to me. God bless it.
Dude, whether she lied to you or she doesn't get paid, that's fucked.
Oh, it's fucked.
Either
yeah.
one.
Literally. So then I basically tell her I can't. She's like telling me, like, I really think I should at least do this. Like, can you do like $50? Da, da, da. Like, then it's really, and I was there for like 3 hours. Fuck. Maybe 2 hours. I probably exaggerated. But that's just how long they interview you and talk to you and stuff like that. And then there was this, at one point, there was another young lady there as well, probably 23, who appeared to me
And she was fucking hot.
she appeared to me to be less fortunate, if that makes sense. And I know you can't judge a book by its cover, but with the context, I was judging it because that's why I was fucking there. So I'm going, what type of people are here?
Someone who worked there?
No, someone there who was doing the same thing I was
Okay.
doing.
Yeah.
And she looked like she maybe didn't have an average amount of money, maybe less than, right? And I understand you can't judge it, but once again, I was there to judge it. So I was trying to see what type of people do they prey upon.
That's fine, yeah.
And so that does also lean into like they are looking for poor people. They're looking for poor people who are
Vulnerable people
weak-willed,
in every way, shape, and form.
right? That they can make them believe
They wanna
that
be
this will
that-
better their life. If you
yeah.
can scrounge up, you can find a way, spend as much as you possibly can every month on this, your life's going to change forever. Like that's the vibe.
100%.
And so I tell them like, I can't spend any money. Like I really can't spend any money at all. She's like, okay. She gives me the pamphlet, but still super nice. Like wasn't tripping really, but
But was
what was tripping?
But because I feel like with that, it gets to a point where like they, it has to be worth it for them. Like if they put in all this time and effort and shit like that, and then it doesn't lead to, you know, closing, then it's like fuck.
Yeah.
You're going to kill me.
They're going to kill you for this. You got to join. So then she's like, okay, well, she's telling me about the audit. Is the other thing? That's what she wanted me to do right now today was do an audit. And an audit, you have an auditor, which would have been her, I think she said. And what that is they walk you through. First, she's like, let me actually show you this video that it shows you what auditing is for. And she's like, you should come back. Because I was like, I have a thing to go to, so I can't stay much longer. And then she's like,
well, how about Thursday?
She's like, can you come? I want you to come back later tonight because they're there till 10 p.m. And they also, when I like sent in my thing, somebody, not an automated email, who I spoke to there and talked to, emailed me at 7:30 p.m. And I was like, that's crazy.
Hey, man.
And set up an appointment for the next day.
No days off, baby.
So there's a lot of scary shit. Don't think that I wasn't taking this serious. I was there completely knowing what I was putting myself in. as much as I could possibly, right? With also like what I believe was my logic, and like there's, I felt as though I really wasn't putting myself in too much risk with just going and checking it out. It just didn't make logical sense to me. Logic overpowers emotions, boys. So anyways, yeah, she's like, let me, I really think you should do an audit. She's like, it's kind of like therapy, blah, blah, blah. She sits me down in the lobby again, where it's kind of like a museum, and there's like different sections that have like a video that they'll play for you.
Is there stuff about L. Ron Hubbard?
Oh, it's everywhere. Yeah. Yeah. And
His fucking
they wanted me to buy his
portrait?
book, and it's like L. Ron Hubbard's something about Scientology.
It's L. Ron Hubbard. It's Journey to fucking
everyone you want to for free.
a journey to Caligula Galaxy.
Caligula, where we fucking it.
Well, because he's a sci-fi writer before he started Scientology.
So she sits me down, puts on an 8-minute video for me, and it's like, what's so funny? When I was watching that, I was trying to hold back a smile, because I was like, it wasn't that bad. It was way less corny than you'd think, but still corny.
Yeah.
But
They have their whole they have like their own
Production
entire
teams.
production.
well, that's
company. Yeah.
And when I was watching that, I was like, why does this look like a Tom Cruise movie? I was like, why does this look like Tom Cruise would eat this up?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I literally was like, this is so what gets directly to Tom Cruise and affects him.
Dude, this is targeted for Tom Cruise.
I literally was like, dude, Tom Cruise is sitting here with like a tear in his eye watching this.
No, Tom Cruise, I genuinely think is
Locked in, unfortunately.
yeah.
And there's another guy, another famous actor.
John Travolta.
Crazy.
John Travolta does sketch stuff though. There's accusations.
I believe it. I believe them
Yeah.
immediately.
Tom Cruise, I don't think that there are like accusations other than like, potential, things with his former marriage with Katie Holmes and stuff like that, because I know that I think the reason why they split is because she wanted to get out. I don't know the whole story, but
He's got anger
what
problems.
I know, for sure. He's the guy who's done at least a mountain of blow in his life. Tom Cruise, dude, that guy's made of blow.
Yeah. Yeah, he got
Maybe
him
not
as-
today, but today. Right now, Tom Cruise,
He's
in his fucking office, and it's a beautiful office. There's wood fucking desk. It's made out of the oldest tree in the world that he cut the fuck down. And there's things on the walls from his trophies and accolades in the world. And he's getting so many emails. All his emails are saying, we want you for this movie. There's $1 million trillion. And he just goes, and he's sitting in his chair and his legs are fucking swinging on the
He
chair.
can't touch the ground.
And it's a normal chair. It's actually a kind of smaller chair, and his legs are
chair's
swinging.
creaking. His chair's creaking too.
And he's just going,
I'm so funny and they don't even know it.
So anyways, I watched the video and I'm just trying not to laugh. And then I'm going, okay, I'm almost out. Let me try to like, what do they
gracefully.
What do they think? Like, what do they think really is like connecting with people about this? Like, I'm trying to think about their perspective. Like, what about this do they think really is hitting?
What was going on? Like, what was in the video?
It was literally just like a narrator talking about different ways that auditing and what an audit is, and how like you sit there and
Did they make a joke about it not being like taxes?
Oh no, they didn't make a taxes joke. They didn't
Because
make
that
a
would have
taxes
been
joke.
that's like, now that you're thinking, auditing, isn't that about taxes? not in this case.
Not in this case. In this case, it's like
different.
it's therapy. Divulge information so we can blackmail you. So it was a narrator talking about that, and then showing like these terrible things that people would go through, and then them being odd, like someone listening to them because
Like
like the auditor.
somebody just sad, black and
Literally,
white.
yeah, but-
and then it goes to them sunny day.
But
in color.
imagine older, like imagine the color grading was in between Top Gun and Fight Club, but bad. And then it was also
So it was like old.
old good, but bad. Trying to be old Fight
But
Club.
When did it look like it was made? Like in the 90s?
Yes. Yeah.
They're showing videos that they made in the 90s?
Yeah. Or early 2000s.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And like they hired actors who are like having like a single tear and stuff. It's like, but it wasn't quite as bad as you're thinking.
Yeah.
But it was still
I
like
wonder if we could-
hilarious.
I wonder if that exists.
It actually might exist on their website. Yeah, they do have videos on the website, so they say. But anyway, so I finished the video and I already knew what auditing was, and I was like, oh, super interesting. I was like, okay, yeah, this seems super interesting. Like, and I get out. Then I get out. She gives me my packet with the prices and stuff like that, and then I leave and I go, damn, that's crazy. And then the next thing I wanted to learn more fucking I feel like I didn't get enough information. And then I lost all interest in all of this. Because now I'm just like, yeah, now there is no benefit to me going undercover and learning more because I'm not going to make the video. And all I know is what I got out of it at the low level was, holy shit, are they trying to fucking
Was that what it looked
peddle
like?
money out of you? Play a little bit of it. A little bit better than that, but very similar. It's the same production company for sure. Yes, same production company. See how the contrast is too contrasty? That's what I meant by like Fight Club.
I want to play this so bad.
Play it. I'll just cut. Well, no, because then we're brainwashing people. We'll watch it afterwards, literally.
Okay.
It's so funny how I just suddenly remembered that I did that and then decided to bring this up. But what a great conversation. This is some Joe Rogan shit, dude.
You forgot you did it.
I literally forgot I did it completely.
Dude, I had it written down, and I'm not going to change the topic because I still want to talk about it, but I watched the Twin Flames Universe documentary on Netflix.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, fuck. It's very similar. It's like a cult where this couple like basically started this like online like find your soulmate courses and shit, which they call Twin Flames. Like, find your twin flame. We'll do our courses, join our thing, and we'll help you. Well, we guarantee that we'll link you up with your twin flame.
Yeah.
Needless to say, wow.
Unbelievable.
How like quickly just something turned into just a full-fledged cult.
Wow.
It's crazy. I highly recommend you watch it.
Okay.
Anyone out there,
Twin
it's
Flames.
on Netflix.
I want to watch it.
Fuck you, Netflix. It's on Netflix.
Missing Netflix.
Crazy.
Yeah.
The dude literally, I'll skip ahead a little bit. He basically ended up saying that he was the second coming of Christ.
Holy fuck.
And hey, dude, when that happened, when it like led to that,
The second coming of what?
the second coming of
Wait for me! Hold!
the second,
Fuck you, loser.
the second coming of Christ.
Yeah! Fuck yeah.
And he looked like it. Beard, long brown hair. And I'm like, dude, that's really? Oh, really?
Hey, Christ was likely brown.
For sure. Any Middle Eastern looking guy.
And 5'3".
But jacked.
Barely. Like me. Like, to some people,
And he was
impressive.
tatted, dude. He was tatted
Like
up.
me and you.
Yes, dude. Jesus was tatted and he was fucking shredded. And he was fucking...
So to wrap it up of my story, I first want to say once again, because I sure am bitter towards the negative comments sometimes for people who are just so dumb. So save the like,
Stop
whoa.
criticizing the audience.
I'm not criticizing the people who are just watching going, what a great episode. I'm criticizing the fucking dumbass who says something that you go, ah.
Yeah, who cares?
No, well, I just want to say, because I don't care about not saying it now, because I'm not bothered now. I'm going, before you say, wow, what an idiot. I can't believe he did that. You don't know anything. I know because I did the research and then I went there and it's fine. You don't know what you're talking about.
I just think
I do.
I just think that you even saying that at all is just adding fuel to the fire.
I know, but
It doesn't matter.
More engagement, dude. More video engagement. Let's go.
It just doesn't matter.
I just have to now.
Because there's so many people, look, with like the niche that you create for yourself in
There's
life,
always gonna be.
creatively,
Yeah.
there are simply people that get it and there are people that don't. And
But don't
fuck 'em.
watch. But the thing I'm thinking is like, just don't watch it. Hey, if you got something to say, either don't say it or don't watch it because you don't know what you're talking about. I know what I'm talking about infinitely more than you think.
Unless they do.
Dude, you watched a 2-hour documentary? Cool. do 500 times that amount of research first before you say
500 times. That's 1,000 hours. That's 1,000 hours.
Yeah.
Clay did 1,000 hours of research, dude. Okay. So get that through your fucking skull.
Okay, Idaho, fucking loser.
Wow.
Anyways,
Dude.
so that was my experience with the Church of Scientology. I will never return, and I left with firsthand experience of how predatory they are of taking advantage of people's the bad side, the struggles of people's lives to peddle money out of them, and I think it's so unfortunate.
I'm just curious about like the daily, you know, the general population, the general like members of Scientology.
They do benefit,
and
genuinely. Some of them do. Until I think there's this weird lower, like not entry level, just above entry and maybe a little bit higher than that, where they are doing these courses and they're because the courses have to be actually like encouraging and motivate, just like any fucking self-help book, right? Like they're just courses that are potentially helpful, but they don't. Like they make these courses and then they do them, and then there's all these manipulation tactics just keep them there and keep them doing more.
Paying more money.
So people do benefit from it, but it's not fucking worth it whatsoever. And then it becomes actually dangerous and fucked. It's like not worth it and potentially slightly beneficial, but not worth it. And then not beneficial, not worth it, and horrible and fucking putting your life in danger.
I genuinely just don't get, like, I don't understand how today in 2023 people aren't aware of like that organization or like the negatives of it.
You want to know why? Because some people don't consume enough information to not think that our thought is a conspiracy. Right. So they think, no, it's just a religion. Tom Cruise is in it. These people are in it. My uncle's in it.
It's just
all these people who think it's crazy, because of course you don't know. And again, they don't, nothing fucked like that would make you go, these people should be arrested, happens for probably years. You need to be so deep enough in that that any information like that is not a risk for you to know. Because otherwise they would get shut down. They are probably like CIA, like there's probably CIA members in fucking top. Like it is so deep. You have to be so deep in it for fucked shit to happen that isn't just trying to get your money and manipulate you.
Well, it also goes deeper than that. There are like, there's a lot of abuse and stuff that happens. Like there are, I forget what they're called and stuff like that, but there are like, they're different like, you know, properties and things that they have where people live and work on the ranches.
Scientology?
Like yeah. People live and work there, and there's like,
I know they do that with cults. Ben actually went in. This dude Ben went to one of those and stayed there for like 2 weeks and worked at these things.
So scary,
bro. You need to watch. You guys all need to go watch.
If he's down, I'd love to have him on the pod.
I'm gonna ask him.
Yeah, ask him. I'd love to pick his brain about this shit. And then
it's the best piece of content I've ever seen.
Associating.
No, that cult's like bullshit. They're
one?
not McKinney Manor. That's a different thing. It's this cult that basically...
The Children of Bulbasaur.
The cult that he went with a buddy of his who's also a YouTuber, and they had these recording devices and these glasses, and they show up and they, you know, manipulate their way in, and then it's cult shit. And their whole thing is they're going to kill themselves in 35 years for God. Like, it's fucked. And they run this restaurant that's on a farm, and you could call today and be like, hey, I'm traveling. I'm looking for a place to stay for a couple nights.
Yes.
And they let you. Wow. They need to meet you and make sure you're serious because they've had people troll. They've probably had like 5-10 people troll. There's different ones all over.
That sucks for them, dude.
And bro, no joke.
You want to do it.
I'm not going to, but like if Ben had told me I'm going to go do this thing, actually I couldn't because I have to work, but I would, if I didn't have to, I would go do it. Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, wear those glasses, like, do that thing. Because...
You're all wearing the exact same pair of glasses.
Because at least in that cult, they don't make you do fucked shit. It's just like they manipulate you into believing what they believe, and then in 35 years you kill yourself. And you stay there.
How is that known information?
Because he went and was there and filmed for 2 weeks. And then got busted.
At what point... So they wait until you're sucked in enough to buy it all, and then they...
Just like Scientology, but way less careful. I think probably after like 2 or 3 days, they start to say some crazy shit.
We really enjoyed,
Crazy shit.
We really enjoyed you being here, and we're hoping that
You kill yourself
you'll be
with
with us for the next 35 years, and then kill yourself with us in 35 years.
Bro, these people are like not smart though. These are people who are like so fucked. So their whole thing is fucked because there's like child labor happening there, where like and
Same with Scientology.
they do child labor.
Dude,
shit. I didn't know that with them.
there are
That's
literally
fucked.
like these compounds. There are compounds like Sea Org compounds where the
Oh,
members,
you're right.
they live and they
are
work
not allowed to live.
in the different.
Do you think those
ways.
still exist?
Yes.
Damn.
People escape from them.
Because I know that that came out, and there was like, there was also a famous actress who was involved in it. And she came out and
Leah Remini.
no, even more famous. Don't know who that even is.
I mean, she's like the biggest one. She's like at the forefront of,
It's gotta be
all
her.
the exposure.
No,
and stuff.
it's not her. It's someone that we both know her name better.
Dude, there are some disappointing people that are involved in Scientology.
Really?
Yeah.
Like who?
I'm going to look it up. Because there are people that like
Crazy.
literally
Dude, hey,
like,
just read the top 10 best-selling self-help books, you fucking idiots. You'll get more from it. And then join a book club for self-help books. Done. Same thing. And therapy. Same thing.
People want like
To feel like they
takes
have
a
a
lot of-
secret thing that's...
that for sure, but also like, it takes a lot. Well, people don't understand, and myself included, because you go through it, right? Working on yourself and like growing and like that's a lifelong.
Yeah.
That's just a life. That's part of life.
Yeah.
You never get there, dude. Sure, you'll find like joy or happiness or like tools and things like that, and you'll be better, but like that doesn't mean that you've like figured everything out. That just doesn't exist.
Yeah.
That does not exist. So any place,
You
any
just slowly
organization,
do
any group,
from life.
any whatever it is that's telling you that they have the fucking answers to all of life's questions and hardships, and it's bullshit. They don't fucking know, and there could be tools, right? But
They're not the only place you can get those tools.
no way, bro.
And I think I'm not mad at people who are joining regular religions and stuff, even if I don't believe in it, even if it's like the total opposite, or I think it's bullshit. I'm not mad at those people. It's different. Even though there's fuck shit everywhere, I feel like I don't fully have an opinion on that. Other than like the religions that I'm familiar with, like I'm theoretically a Baha'i, and I'm not mad at that. I think that everyone I've met from the Baha'i faith is amazing. I was theoretically born into being a Baha'i. I think it's only been incredible. I love them. There's never been any like fuck shit. That even like little things like because I went to a Catholic school growing up, but even at the Catholic school, I was growing up being like, why are they taking money from the people? Like, isn't this like not about money?
yeah,
And then they're like, well, that's because we need to function, right? We need to function. And I'm like,
yeah,
yeah,
but the
but
Catholic Church,
yeah, I was like,
the Catholic Church,
yeah, but what about the
organization
What about
that's,
this- what about
that's
the-
older than our country.
and what about the molesting of little boys? That's rubbing me the wrong way too. You know what I mean?
That's rubbing me the wrong way.
That's rubbing
You're
me
rubbing them the wrong
You're
way.
rubbing them the wrong way.
So I have a list here.
And that shit happens in where there's money, where there's power, there's fuck shit going on.
That's the thing. Look, I
You know what I mean?
think that
In every industry, in the fucking
wherever
tax
there's
industry,
money to
in
be made,
government,
wherever there's power to be had,
entertainment,
there's control to be had,
in the
there's
school
gonna be
system,
fucking corruption.
in the fucking construction industry, dude, you're getting butt fucked while you're paving
The
pavement.
unions, dude.
Unions
With the fucking mob
Don't
connections.
Get me started.
Unions? Don't get me
We started about
started.
unions. I just fuck a hoe.
This fucking sucks.
Yeah.
So I have a list here: 21 celebrities who left the Church of Scientology. Thank you, guys. The Church of Scientology from the website sheknows.com.
She knows.
I think she knows.
Yeah.
I know she knows. Number one, that's disappointing. Riley, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Kyo.
I'm not really disappointed because I don't know her.
Let's find ones that you would know. There's gotta be Laura Prepon.
Laura Croft, Tomb Raider.
Fuck, dude. Laura Croft. Oh, fuck, dude. Ash Ketchum. Laura Prepon from fucking That 70s Show.
I don't know who that is. I never even really watched that show. Isn't that weird?
Sure.
Most
It
people
doesn't matter.
Most people have seen it.
Leah Remini, obviously. Sharon Stone.
I don't know any of these people. I don't know the
Beck.
name. Can you show the guy we like?
No, not Beck Bennett, like the artist Beck.
I don't know if I know Beck.
Demi Moore.
Demi Lovato. Demigod.
Well, Katie Holmes.
Katie Holmes, that's who I was talking about.
Yeah, Katie Holmes. She was married to Tom Cruise.
Yes. Yep.
Oh,
No, I wasn't talking about Katie Holmes. I was talking about somebody else.
I don't know if I can trust this list because there's a lot of like entrants, like people that they say that also say like,
but I'm not.
now it's not confirmed that they practice. Then why put it on the list?
Because they may privately practice it. I think some of those are probably pretty accurate. But I agree. Don't put them on a list if I can't be like being certain about it.
Dude, one of the biggest fucking disappointments, Juliette Lewis.
I don't know who that is.
You'd recognize her.
Showing me her. But yeah, it was a really, really interesting investigative journalism.
All of these say
situation.
It's so stupid. They all say
it's not confirmed.
Yeah, although they never joined, they did take a few classes. But it's like,
that means who made the article doesn't know anything about it because there is no joining. And if they did classes, that means they practice Scientology. But who knows if they're currently
Juliette Lewis.
Oh, that makes sense. Look at her face, dude. Little bitch.
No, I love Juliette Lewis, dude.
I'm kidding, dude. But that puckered face is a Scientologist face. Bro, dude, this is how you know if anyone you know is a Scientologist. James, hit them. Do they look like this? They're a Scientologist. My dad looks exactly like that. He's fucked then. He's fucked.
Who else, man?
But I'm glad that the fear of the entry at least went away from me. But it actually is almost more frightening. The idea that like you're not in danger.
Oh, dude, another one that pisses me
immediately.
off. Elizabeth Moss.
I know that name.
Oh, she was raised a Scientologist. Let's see if she's
that shit's crazy,
still
bro.
a Scientologist.
But what a wild experience. Oh, you know what I don't know if I should spoil this video. But that guy Ben, I told him like, dude, if you need anyone for any other videos, some other cult shit, let me know. And he told me about, I don't know if he's public about what the next thing is, but it's a different genre of things that none of you would think is bad to get in. You just be like, oh, that's so sick. You should so do that. I'm really excited. I want to keep pressing him to get me involved in it.
Yeah,
let's just say that it's otherworldly.
Wait, what? Go back. I was reading.
I was saying, because I was talking to Ben about working with him on one of his series. I was like, I'm not trying to like benefit from this. I just love this shit and I would love to be involved in it. And you seem like a cool dude. And I was like, and I would be a wacky character who's also like super fucking into this and would be good for this. And he told me, he's like, well, I'm going to be doing this next thing I want to start looking into. And I don't want to spoil it in case he hasn't not been public about it. But let's just say it's otherworldly. Is what I did the first time.
Nice.
And you guys are like, what, ghost? No.
Keep guessing.
No, it's not ghost though. Which I want to do ghost shit. I want to literally get involved in some of that shit. Like even if it's like, I would love if you were down to not dangerous shit, more like ghost, maybe cults if you're down. But
it's
like
all very interesting.
I mean, like literally, like we can buy a couple pairs of those glasses.
See, look, dude, my whole thing is that
how fun would that be?
I have the bandwidth for the things that I'm working on right now.
But I mean, like it's more like we don't make it like this whole fucking thing. Like we have glasses and we go, dude, next Saturday or the Saturday after that, we've booked ahead of time us to go have a conversation with someone, go to fucking the place where there's aliens, go to a haunted place like the Conjuring, or like, you know, it's something like that where like it will be really fun, but it's that much more fun that we're secretly recording. And then when we have the footage, there's no rush. Like there's no rush. It's purely for the investigative journalism, the fucking curiosity, the entertainment value of doing it, documenting it.
I'm not an investigative journalist.
Neither am I.
And
it doesn't mean we don't want to make a dope ass video
things in order to make videos or articles and talk about it.
So you'll tag along with me. Like, do you want to go to Area 551?
No, I don't want to go to Area 51.
Why not?
Why?
Because it would be so fun. That doesn't sound fun to you? Leave it in the comments. Does that sound fun to you? What is this guy's problem?
Going to Area 51, this is what's going to happen.
You get to the gate, they don't let you in, we go home.
Yeah, well, we're going to go to Vegas. We'll either fly or drive to Vegas.
Yeah.
Right? And then it's another hour and a half fucking drive to Goose Lake.
Yeah.
And then
we interview some people in the town. Seriously. Like I did that in Yuma, Arizona for the TBS thing. Like it's super fun, and you can set up little things that are like, yeah, there's a fucking crash site here. You talk to some guy who like is involved in it locally, and like it would be so fun even if we didn't record it. You're basically creating
there's
this
a guy-
adventure. Like I
there's
want to
this
go on
guy-
adventures, bro.
There's this guy, James Fox, I believe, is the filmmaker who made like several alien documentaries and covered this one case that happened in Brazil that is like, in my opinion, one of the most compelling like testimonies of like a UFO crashing, and then several people in the town reporting seeing like these creatures, like these aliens, and the military, like the Brazilian military coming and getting involved and like recovering one of the bodies, and one of the army guys that was there like touched the body and ended up dying because of like an incredibly fast acting infection that he got.
Whoa.
And then like it's a really interesting case.
Thank you.
And then what happened was the U.S. military, the U.S. Air Force,
Got his dick and balls off.
came and then took over,
Yeah.
and then everything stopped like
Yeah.
there. And there was apparently no like sanctioned like U.S. Air Force clearance or anything to come there to like do that. So it was all,
Whoa.
you know, off the books type of shit.
That's so fun.
But so James Fox, filmmaker, I saw him on, he was on Joe Rogan about it, but there's another guy that he talked about that I think he lives like out in fucking Nevada or something.
Yeah.
He apparently has this tape from, I don't know if he shot it or if he got it from the two guys who shot it, but it's like,
And now Logan Paul has it. I think I know what you're talking about.
yes.
Literally.
Or doesn't have it, but he,
No, he has it. I watched
he
the video.
doesn't have the tape. He
Logan Paul took it. He recorded it.
he
has
recorded it. He recorded the TV of it playing.
And he won't release it or something.
He won't release it, right? And I'm like, bro,
I think it's because it's not conclusive enough. I think that's what he ended
Right.
up saying. He's like,
He went there,
He said
he
there's one
basically
thing
tracked
about
the
it
guy
that's
down.
crazy, but he said, but a lot of it is kind of like,
well, that's the thing. Like, that's the thing. Like, just one video,
Yeah.
with no context, and you see something borderline unexplainable.
yeah.
It could be explained.
Do you want to do a haunted thing? We put ourselves in no
I don't
danger.
really want to do a haunted thing.
Really? You wouldn't want to like
I'm not really
buy a couple
into,
gadgets?
like, haunted shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Trying to communicate. We hire a couple fucking communicators. So I watched this one documentary.
I'm not into like, you know, that stuff, like communicating or stuff with the dead.
Is it like uncomfortable, or you just so don't believe that you're like it's boring?
it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, it definitely makes me a little uncomfortable because, you know, being like religious and Christian for such a long time in my life,
Gave you
I
a
find
great
that
deal
there's
of
still
respect.
a lot of things that I'm like deconstructing
Yeah.
in myself and in like my outlook and beliefs and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like, obviously that's just a personal
Yeah.
like thing that I'm going through and like journeying, and not to discredit anyone else's faith in Christianity or anything. But
Which he doesn't credit whatsoever.
no, I do credit.
You credit. You credit. He credits.
Yeah, it just makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Not even from a place of like being scared. There's like a level of like, if you were to like be doing something and you see something and something actually happens,
so
and then
exciting.
now that's like, okay, now this is real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's a level of that where it's like, where I'm at in life, I'm not trying to have a paradigm shift.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not trying to have my reality flipped.
You know what
Like-
it is? I have lived for 23 years.
I've been on this earth for 23 years.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean to say that. I'm an alien. So I literally feel like I used to do that shit as a kid. Like me and my brother and I, me and my brother went out to like the forest one time, lit some candles with a fucking Ouija board and nothing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like it's all just bullshit. So
No,
it's like, but
I-
I'm so intrigued, and I think there's so much crazy shit that happens that like, it's so exciting and such a thrill. It's an adventure that like I've done so many fun things like that as a kid and even into my teens that like I love the idea of doing that now because I'm not even if something weird happened, like I'm certain that nothing unexplainable would happen, and there has never been one.
You said you're certain that nothing
unexplainable would happen. That it could be figured out. And it's literally because all of the videos that exist can all be deconstructed. I've watched so many videos of like the craziest ghost shit. So you're telling me there's no video. I still think aliens could exist because that like scientifically makes sense to me. But with ghosts and stuff, like there's just literally been not one video that you couldn't easily say something that's far more likely than it being a ghost.
What I think,
and physically zooming in and seeing like cuts that people are doing and seeing the CGI.
yeah, there's obviously doctored stuff, but even look, I think that like an explanation like for something quote unquote paranormal or ghosts, look at it like scientifically, right? And like energy can't be created or destroyed, right? All energy,
but that doesn't mean it turns into like sentient energy.
No, but what I'm saying is that we don't know in the connection of consciousness or the soul or whatever, we don't know what happens after death.
Correct.
To about with our consciousness,
Yeah.
right? So with things that exist in like physics, like dark energy, dark matter, right? Things that we cannot perceive, we cannot observe them, but we know we are pretty sure they exist because of the effects that they have on what we can observe.
But we also have zero reason, nor do we have any proof that it turns into this human haunting ghost thing that we somehow can't prove or capture or have. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
It seems silly to me, and it seems what seems logically.
It's very
silly.
human to think that.
That's what I mean. The fact that we've decided that ghosts are appearing in human forms, like just the thing that's just the most biologically like relevant to us is that ghosts are appearing in their human form and they're here to spook us. Dude, that's the most human, basic, fucking dumb thinking.
That's a very dumb way
bro,
of thinking. But
if
you go deeper
there's
than
another
that,
world, bro, they're not fucking here. They don't give a fuck about us, dude.
but look,
Like, that's not how it's working.
like forgetting about all the like spooky blah 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 blah, like what I think like there could be truth to is like instead of like a sentient ghost, right, or a spirit that's like the sentient thing that's doing something, I almost feel like what could be more likely is like almost like these remnants of energy or something, like that, because a lot of like reports of ghosts are like not like this ghost walks in the room, comes here, fucking unplugs the headphones, turns the lights on and off and shit like that. It's more like it's like they're on a loop almost, like these ghosts doing something. Like
I haven't ever seen anything like that.
there's the
loop
ghost
stuff.
will like come down the stairs, or like that's where you'll always see it, is like the ghost coming down the stairs, and then like
But what?
so just like if you think
Why does
about,
that
like,
make more sense than that not being true?
just because I feel like it would make more sense if there was some sort of like from the perspective of like trying to make sense of it, or the potential for something,
I see what you're
some
saying.
sort of truth to be there, right? It would make more sense if it had to do with like energy and like space and like time and how that all intertwines with like energy and stuff like that. Like being a more like, you know, physical, like physics wise, like explanation to why this energy is doing what it's doing.
Yeah.
Or like there's some sort of, you know,
I agree that
vortex of some sort of energy or like a heavier what?
I farted. I just
Awesome. You know, there's some sort of like, because there are places that are like higher energy vortexy places that
where the ley lines cross in Yuma, Arizona, where I did TBS.
yeah,
documentary.
ley lines cross, or like, you
It
know,
was pretty freaky.
there's heavy ancient spiritual like connections to this place, like for whatever reason, like you know, I think that there's threads of things that kind of like come from many different places that I feel like are threads of truth, but there's no like fact about like
There's
how
just,
it all
there's
is.
just zero proof. There's zero anything. There's zero reason, because there's no proof. The reason we even give this any consideration whatsoever is because of all the fake experiences and people telling stories of something that thought they saw. That's the only reason
No, I
that
know.
we're even having this conversation.
100%.
So, but that's why my logic goes, we're so incredibly human that there is no reason for us to give any validity to the idea of what our human version of what we believe we're seeing or experiencing or what ghosts are. Bro, if what happens afterwards is so probably unfathomable for our human brains to consider, what happens and what form, and even if there was some sort of interaction with post-life spirit happening on Earth, that there's no way that it becomes perceivable to us. Like, that's so human to think, and it's not human. It's like space and fucking the shit we can't possibly understand. There's no way that it just happens to be understandable, fathomable for us.
Man?
I agree, but it is who knows. I agree. I don't know, and I'm not certain of anything, but it makes way more logical sense to me that we couldn't even perceive ghosts if we wanted to, and we've no proof of it. So why are we giving it so much validity? It almost goes back into this like idea of religion, and like it makes us feel like there is something afterwards that is human enough for us to be able to have an experience from our human bodies and perspective, that it's even comprehensible that we will be after. And we totally may, but that's just like survival. That comes from our survival instinct.
Yeah.
We're built to have that built in us so deeply ingrained to stay alive, fight or flight, that like that in itself, and the fact that we're trying to make sense of things and believe that there's afterlife and all these things is part of fight or flight survival. If we believe that, then we think there's a purpose, and that makes us that much more afraid to die. It makes it like all of these things to me just have such a much more infinitely logical explanation than like the ghost is walking on the thing. It totally could be. I just like that's where my brain goes of like, it seems silly to think that like our human brains have figured out what happens in these unfathomable things, you know?
No, I don't think anyone claims that they know.
But there are people who've claimed they've seen ghosts. Like, so
Right.
that means they believe there's a human. So what happens afterwards in this case was that someone died and then they appeared in a human translucent form in this house, and I saw them, and it's like, no, you didn't. But maybe you did at the same time.
That's what I think this comes
but can I
down
say
to.
this?
Sure.
When I did the TBS thing, this just adds to the thing really quick of what I'm saying. The sound guy who worked every ghost hunt, the real ghost hunter show for the Dawn of Time, we asked him, the G&E crew, have you ever heard, has anything real ever happened? He's like,
Yeah.
not one thing. Not one unexplainable weird thing happened on the ghost hunter show. Word of mouth. Allegedly.
Well, that's the, being a reality show, they are in that gray area of being able to script things.
Yeah.
And it's entertainment for sure. But I also feel like if there was any sort of like presence or anything there, they wouldn't want to fucking be there for that shit show.
Right.
But so what I was going to say is, I think it's safe to say that like, who knows? You can't claim
100%.
in the same way that you can't prove it exists, you also can't prove it doesn't exist.
100%.
Right? And
Well,
I think
I can. It doesn't exist. Prove me wrong. Like, there's not an apple here. I don't have to prove there isn't. You have to prove there is.
Sure.
To be fair.
Sure. What I was going to say though is I feel like the human mind is a very powerful thing, and I think that I've always been like a proponent of, when you see or perceive like signs or the universe telling you something or God answering your prayers or things like that, whatever that is, like take it. Take that,
100%.
receive that as like,
Use that shit.
receive that for whatever it is and believe that regardless of anything else, because at the bottom line, like the human mind is a very powerful thing, and you are able to like
change your life.
I'm not like a huge like I do consider myself like spiritual, but I'm not like a big like manifest type of person. Like I believe that is a thing, but I I don't like preach things like that, or like, you know what I mean? But like, know that you have the power of like intention with doing things. And once you kind of tap into that, it's not just like the universe giving you things or like manifesting things. It's also you're building up your own self-worth and your own self-confidence to be able to go out and get those things, you know? But back to the ghost thing, you know, people have experiences of like, you know, their loved one passing away. And then like, you know, I heard this story of like a woman's like dad had passed away and she was pregnant with her son. She gave birth to the son, and like the day they came back from the hospital or something, like a blue jay or something came and landed like right next to them, and her dad had like a blue jay tattoo, and he something like did a connection.
I think it's beautiful,
there. And I think that like there's something to that.
I look for those signs
you know
all
I mean?
the time,
like,
and I receive the
of,
shit out of those.
I don't think you don't need to like. Just take it. Just receive that. You know what I mean?
Always.
Yeah.
I agree. I think it's fun to have conversations like this, and even I would love to like have.
Me too, because I also agree with the logical side of things, and I like.
But it still goes back to I don't know. I'm still human. I have the same emotional connection and reaction to the unexplainable that you do. Still have the same curiosity. I still have the same I don't know. I still feel like there's a God. I don't know what that means.
Humans. Oh, same.
But I still,
I talk all the time about like my deconstruction of my Christian faith.
That doesn't mean
like that.
it's.
It doesn't
I'm
mean
not
that I don't
devaluing
believe
the
in God.
possibility
Yes.
of this or other people believing it. It's just like this is my logical side.
Mine is a criticism of the organized religion, not the like potential spiritual truths that were there, you know, thousands of years ago that were then lost or perverted. Like, who knows, dude? But
perverted.
But you know, as humans, we want to define things. We want to put things in a box. We want to understand things. And doing something based on faith or believing something based on faith is that. And also doing something logically or scientifically based is that. You know, it's two avenues, and don't take what I'm saying the wrong way, because I'm not saying I believe in fucking science, but I'm saying they're both they're two sides to the same coin. You know what I mean? It's all about trying to understand truth and, you know, the questions of shit.
And like, that's exactly what I always say is like, dude, I'm here for truth. That's why I'm so interested in everything, because I want to know the truth of everything. And I still have my human influence of feeling things that are unexplainable, and I receive them. Dude, when I've said this, probably said the story once or twice in the past, when I was in the fucking UK and it was dog shit, I was on a train and I was just listening to fucking John Mayer. I loved John Mayer at the time, and it was this moment, it was like, it was the train. Motherfucker. Yeah, motherfucker. But no.
To come before the storm. It's not a time. Baby, you're the only light I ever saw.
Oh, I'm gonna listen to that. I haven't listened. I love
John
that
Mayer.
album.
Oh, so good.
I haven't listened to that album.
Continuum?
And yes, I need that on vinyl.
I love it. But like I said, because I'm strong-headed with logic to the point where I can come off.
Just about to text Lauren. I want Continuum vinyl for Christmas. Dude, but she like sent me a bunch of other texts, and so in an instant I was like, no,
I just ignored all of it.
I was like, she sends me all this stuff. I want Continuum on vinyl.
Respond to my text.
I'm recording the podcast.
I'm saying this because my human emotion of being self-conscious at the idea of me coming off like a hater or like ignorantly non-believing it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that's why I was sharing that story of like, I had that experience where it brought me to tears, like the fucking light peeked through at the right moment with this song when I was on a train listening to Stop This Train by John Mayer. I was in the UK like praying, and I don't pray very often, but I was literally like, give me a fucking sign, one of those moments. And I got my sign, and it touched me very deeply, and it made me go, okay, I know what I need to do. You know what I mean? So like at the same time as you hear me fucking shitting all over this stuff, man, I'm still a human being.
100%.
I just have a brain also.
And that's literally what
The
it
human
means to be
experience,
human,
baby!
dude. And it's honestly sick, bro.
Better do that. Because
So before we leave, we do have a call.
oh fuck yeah, dude.
And so we're going to listen to that call. And actually, very fucking cool. We had some fan art sent in to us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, it's been years. Fan art was
And-
back in the gaming days. Oh, fuck yeah. It's amazing,
awesome, dude. It's
dude.
you and me.
Okay, it is actually. There's two elements that are amazing on it.
That's Clay on a skateboard.
No.
And that's me. And that's me.
And that's my prison girlfriend.
Dude, we got peas. We
Yeah.
got tacos.
Because James is Mexican.
Sugar rush. And then we have just a drooling face in the background.
like sugar.
And this one tastes like sugar. Wait, that's why I feel so sugar.
That's why I feel so sugar.
And that was sent in by
why I feel so
Amelia.
sugar.
And thank you so much for sending that in. You're gonna
Amelia, I really want to feel you. Amelia.
Yep. And we're gonna put this on our fridge.
At the museum.
At the museum.
It's where I meet it at night. Dark.
Honk. Honk.
Cecilia!
And then so thank you so much, Amelia. That was so sweet, wasn't it?
Danke
Wasn't everybody so, wasn't everybody so sweet?
sucks.
And now we have a caller here. Unknown.
Ding, ding, ding,
It
ding,
says-
ding.
it says unknown.
The majority of the voicemails that you get are utter idiotic nonsense.
Thank you.
But I can assure you that what I'm about to say is the absolute truth.
Number
I am a
12.
faceless, nameless psychic who has a 100% track record in their predictions and readings. In fact, I already know that out of the fans that you interviewed on your podcast, it will be Joey Matthews who will eventually be hired.
What did
I
you
also
send
know
this?
That James is the one holding the iPad right now, and that he's got on a Hawaiian shirt over a black tee.
Loser.
His glasses a little foggy. I also
Not
know
at all.
that Kib will have hit his vape approximately 4 times by now. At one point,
Only
he'll
4?
peer pressure Mike Falzone to take a hit as well, but Mike will politely decline. I know, you're shocked. How do I know all of this? Doesn't matter. What matters is what I can do for you. Kib, stop laughing. When you go back to your house, I want you to stash a single tooth under your pillow. And when you wake up tomorrow, you can thank me later.
Dude, that was incredible because the tone of that was for this podcast, but you were so wrong. And then also, but it was for the Mike Falzone podcast.
Yeah. Oh, it was. I forgot to play it.
I'm so curious if he would have been right. And now he's like, well, my reading was for the other podcast, man.
Well, then you're wrong.
Wait a minute. Were you wearing a Hawaiian shirt?
Last week?
Yeah.
No.
Let's check.
I was wearing my denim shirt. That's your ID.
I'm not even wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode. If you want to send us any messages, and we would love you to, call into the show at
That was one of the best bits we've ever gotten.
beyondthepinemail@gmail.com and tell us what you want for Christmas.
Everyone have a good night. Then I wanna make you come. So I'm gonna make you come.
Cheers, Lars, rotting on their novel.